What's up everybody, it's Matt, the Imperial Beach Dad, and today we're going to be changing out a factory part. This is the power steering ram cylinder. These are notorious for leaking and all of that, so we're going to be changing mine out because it has in fact been leaking. We're going to do this really fast, really easy. I hope that this helps you guys a lot, and good job just going to YouTube because you needed to learn a thing. It'll save you some time. The punish stang. It's called the punish stang because it punishes me with unreliability every, I don't know, 300 to 600 miles or so. The latest punishment is the steering ram is leaking like crazy. Part one is we're gonna just pull this guy out. It's actually really easy. I'm gonna show you all the tools that you need to save you some time because I just spent all the time climbing in and out from underneath the car to figure out what size wrenches and all of that stuff and learned a couple things that may help you. So here are the tools that you will need. A drain pan, that's important. Some shop towels will do you quite well, as will a pair of gloves, and eye protection is always a good idea when you're underneath a filthy old car. This is a 3/4 inch wrench. You're going to need a 1/2 inch wrench. You will need a 9/16 wrench. A set of pliers will save you a lot of trouble, and yep, a hammer. It's just in really, really bad shape. There's oil like on everything all the way back because it just coats it when I'm going speeds on the freeway. So here's what it looks like. There's a pin right here that's going to come out and that's going to pop out, but first you've got to disconnect these hoses right here, and then we're going to pull this guy out with that nut. So the first thing you're going to need is a drain pan. Make sure that it's solidly under these guys. We're going to take a 1/2 inch wrench and break them loose. Remove the bottom hose first. It'll give you better access to the top fitting. Once that's loose, you'll see it's dripping, and you're just going to pull this guy out, and depending on how much fluid you have, I have like none. Some might leak out. Pulling the top fitting is going to release some pressure. You're going to start leaking from all over the place. Make sure you've got that pan firmly in place. Next up, you're going to undo this guy right here, and there's actually two nuts. They're locking, so you're going to make sure that you unlock them. And I would do this side first because you've already undone the fittings right here, and you've got your pan right there, so you can drain it all, which will be good. And then we'll pull this pin and pull the whole deal. Hopefully you don't find what I just found, and this is so sketchy. This is the bracket that's supposed to hold this on. These two bolts are missing, and that's just held on by a nut. This is that's not good at all. Now you're just going to undo this all by hand and try not to drop it all into your fluid. As you compress this to get it out, you'll see it'll push fluid out of the ram. So we're doing that right now, or the cylinder. I'm not sure what it's called, but we're taking it out. Whoa! Another thing that I would suggest, well, besides putting an LS in your Mustang, is go to your power steering pump and remove the reservoir cap because it's going to release some pressure and you're going to get it all out of there. What? Behold. Next up, you're going to come up to this castle nut right here, named because it has these little castle turrets, and in there you're going to see this cotter pin. So all you're going to do is bend these guys straight, pop it out like this. A set of pliers will go a long way in helping those get really straight, which will make your life much easier, and then you can grab it right here, and I'm just going to force it out like so. Once that pin is out, just going to take a 3/4 inch wrench and take off that castle nut. Once that's out, we're going to wiggle this whole deal out, but make sure you watch out because there's this metal zip tie here and it's pretty sharp. Don't ask me how I know that. So if this part's a bit stubborn, you can always just tap it with a hammer. There we go. Before you climb out from under the car, it's worth just taking a quick look at the hoses and making sure that they look intact all the way around, because now would be the time to replace them. In this case, they look great. Congratulations, you did it! Or you will after you stop watching this and go into your garage and go do it. But it was really pretty easy. You can definitely handle this. And thank you for watching part one in this series. I hope that this helped you. If you want to watch the next part where we take this apart and rebuild it, then go ahead and click wherever that is. And there's other stuff you could do. You can support our GoFundMe if you don't know. I've got brain cancer. And you can always click to subscribe. Check out this other video if you want to procrastinate.